Greetings, friends! Welcome back to another beneficial book summary. Today, we will learn some brilliant ways to develop resilience and power through Angela Duckworth's book, Grit, The Power of Passion and Perseverance. In Grit, The Power of Passion and Perseverance, psychologist Angela Duckworth explores a powerful idea that the secret to outstanding achievement is not talent, but a special blend of passion and persistence she calls grit. Through a mix of personal anecdotes, scientific research, and real-life examples, Duckworth paints a vivid picture of how grit can be cultivated and why it matters more than innate ability. At the heart of Duckworth's thesis is the belief that talent is only a starting point. True success comes from relentless effort and a deep, abiding passion for one's goals. She argues that while talent can give someone an initial advantage, it is grit that ultimately leads to high achievement. This perspective is both empowering and hopeful, as it suggests that everyone has the potential to excel through hard work and dedication. The book is divided into 3 parts, each building on the previous to provide a comprehensive understanding of grit and its importance. What grit is and why it matters. Duckworth begins by defining grit and explaining its 2 key components, passion and perseverance. Passion in this context is not a fleeting interest but a deep, enduring commitment to long-term goals. Perseverance, on the other hand, involves staying the course despite obstacles and setbacks. She emphasizes that grit is about having stamina and sticking with your future day in and day out, not just for the week, not just for the month, but for years. To illustrate the power of grit, Duckworth shares stories of high achievers from various fields, including sports, business, education, and the arts. One striking example is that of West Point cadets, who undergo a grueling initiation process known as beast barracks. Duckworth's research shows that it is not the most physically fit or the most intelligent cadets who make it through, but those who possess the most grit. She also references the National Spelling Bee, where she discovered that the grittiest competitors were not necessarily those with the highest IQs, but those who practiced the most consistently and intensively. Duckworth introduces the concept of the grit scale, a tool she developed to measure an individual's level of grit. The scale includes statements about perseverance and passion, allowing individuals to self-assess their grit levels. This tool becomes a foundation for her research and her argument that grit can predict success more accurately than talent alone. If you're enjoying this book so far, consider grabbing a copy for yourself. Click the link in the description for more info. Growing grit from the inside out. In the second part of the book, Duckworth delves into the science of grit and how it can be developed. She identifies 4 psychological assets that contribute to grit: interest, practice, purpose, and hope. Number 1. Interest. Duckworth emphasizes that finding something you genuinely enjoy is the first step to cultivating grit. She encourages readers to explore different activities and fields until they discover a true passion. This process of discovery is often non-linear and requires patience and experimentation. She shares stories of individuals who have found their passion through various means, including serendipitous encounters and persistent exploration. Number 2. Practice. Once a passion is found, deliberate practice becomes crucial. This involves setting specific goals, focusing intensely, seeking feedback, and striving for continuous improvement. Duckworth highlights the importance of perseverance in this process, as progress often comes slowly. She draws on the work of Anders Ericsson on deliberate practice, explaining that it is not just the quantity of practice that matters, but the quality. Deliberate practice is purposeful and systematic, pushing individuals out of their comfort zones to achieve mastery. Number 3. Purpose. Having a sense of purpose or a connection to something larger than oneself can fuel long-term commitment. Duckworth explains that people who view their work as meaningful are more likely to persevere through challenges. She distinguishes between job, career, and calling. noting that those who see their work as a calling tend to have the highest levels of grit. She also discusses how a sense of purpose can evolve over time, often starting with an interest that grows into a deeper commitment to making a difference. Number 4. Hope. Hope is the belief that effort will lead to improvement. Duckworth describes how optimistic self-talk and a growth mindset can sustain motivation and resilience. She references Carol Dweck's research on the growth mindset, emphasizing that individuals who believe their abilities can be developed through effort are more likely to persist in the face of adversity. Hope, according to Duckworth, is not just about having a positive outlook, but about maintaining the resolve to overcome challenges. Duckworth also addresses the role of genetics and environment in developing grit. While acknowledging that some individuals may have a natural predisposition towards perseverance, she argues that grit can be nurtured through supportive environments and positive relationships. She discusses the impact of early experiences and the influence of role models in shaping an individual's grit. Through various studies and personal stories, she illustrates how both nature and nurture contribute to the development of grit, growing grit from the outside in. The final part of the book explores how external factors such as parenting, education, and culture can influence the development of grit. Duckworth draws on her own experiences as a teacher and a parent, as well as interviews with educators, coaches, and leaders. Number 1. Parenting for grit. Duckworth shares insights into how parents can foster grit in their children. She advocates for a balanced approach that combines high standards with warmth and support. This involves encouraging children to pursue their interests, providing opportunities for them to face challenges, and praising effort rather than innate ability. She introduces the concept of wise parenting, which involves being both demanding and supportive. Wise parents set high expectations but also provide the emotional support needed to meet those expectations. Number 2. The gritty school. Duckworth examines how schools can create environments that promote grit. She highlights programs that emphasize character development, such as KIPP, Knowledge is Power program, charter schools, which instill values like perseverance and resilience alongside academic skills. These schools create a culture of high expectations and support, encouraging students to embrace challenges and persist in their efforts. Duckworth also discusses the importance of extracurricular activities, noting that sustained participation in such activities can help students develop grit. Number 3. The culture of grit. Finally, Duckworth explores how broader cultural norms and values can shape individual grit. She cites examples from the military, sports teams, and companies that prioritize grit and foster a culture of hard work and dedication. She discusses the role of leadership in cultivating grit within organizations and communities, emphasizing that leaders who model grit and create supportive environments can inspire others to develop the same qualities. Duckworth also addresses the societal implications of grit, suggesting that cultures that value perseverance and resilience are more likely to produce individuals who excel. Throughout the book, Duckworth's writing is both engaging and inspiring. She blends scientific research with heartfelt stories, making complex ideas accessible and relatable. Her message is clear: anyone can develop grit and achieve greatness regardless of their starting point. Duckworth's own journey is a testament to the power of grit. She shares her experiences of overcoming challenges and setbacks, both personally and professionally, to illustrate that grit is not an inherent trait, but a quality that can be cultivated. Her story adds a personal touch to the book, making her insights even more compelling. In conclusion, grit, the power of passion and perseverance, is a profound and uplifting exploration of what it takes to succeed. Angela Duckworth's insights provide a roadmap for developing the resilience and tenacity needed to achieve our most ambitious goals. Her book is a reminder that with passion and perseverance, we can overcome obstacles and realize our full potential. Whether you're a student, a professional, a parent, or a leader, Duckworth's lessons on grit can help you reach new heights and inspire others to do the same. If you enjoyed Angela's lessons as much as we did, show your appreciation by clicking the like and subscribe button. On that note, please hang around for our summary of Persuasion, A Revolutionary Way to Influence and Persuade by Robert Cialdini.